All right, we are back streaming live and recording on another week. And our topics today in fitness, food, humanity. But let me start over. Where's my water? I don't have a glass. I normally have a nice stemmed glass, high stem. Yeah, something interesting is going on with my voice. I don't quite understand what that is, but it is. I think it is too much EMF exposure, but there's not much I can do about it just now. Since I have to be on all these platforms all the time and to make business work. So, fitness, food, humanity. Today we'll be doing a regular fitness workout. I just went running up my little hill, and that's why I'm all sweaty and have to kind of calm down. And in the food part, we're back to talking about roots and what you can do with roots and sprouted stuff. That's what's in here. And in the humanity part, we're continuing the topic of AI, but today we're focusing on we're focusing on the vanishing money. I just did a mastermind yesterday, which is also up on my YouTube channel, Johanna's Raw Foods, and just look for the vanishing money. Professor Johanna Sophia, and you will find it. It's a Mastermind 3, The Vanishing Money. And we're talking about the upcoming elimination of all physical tender, right? In terms of monies using checks and dollar notes, and I mean coins have all but gone away anyway. And even credit cards that you apply for separately, but the centralization. Anyway, so we're talking more about that, about the centralization of money and what that entails and why that is happening, and how, however, at the same time, we can use this opportunity to learn self-care skills and survival skills. Or survival, I don't really like that word, because we're not really under attack yet. Oh my God, I just came across some really sad information regarding the Turkish earthquake. So yeah, we're moving into an era where we either have to stand up and say we too are co-responsible for our own lives. We don't hand over everything to some centralized AI that is guided by certain interests, and that is to increase the 1%ers assets and decrease the general populace plus the general populace's assets. Both. So yeah, that's today's topics. And I need to come down from my run and all the things. Often my run means, or my walk sometimes means, that I'm thinking a lot about what I need to do next and how to do things. And because I'm in the process of getting back into real estate and owning real estate and renting real estate, I am also having to reassign time for that pursuit, and apart from my coaching business, and of course creating all this content for you all to get up and take care of yourselves, guys and girls and women and men and everybody in between, and all of equal value in the world. So, regular fitness workout. Oh, I'm already so hot that I don't even want to start with my sweater on, but I better, because I told you I kind of overdid it last week a little bit and had some real sort of muscle fever, and put my favorite essential oil mix for healing on there. Oh my God, it's all completely bleached out. Yeah, I can't see diddly. That is really bad. Let me see. There we go. See that deep tissue from Dr. Schultze? And of course he pronounces it Dr. Schultz, but because there's that E at the end, I always pronounce it like that so people don't mix it up. There should also be chocolate out here, but there isn't, so I'm going to have to run and get some. But let me take off my double pants, which of course, suddenly it's in the 40s and 50s again, and it feels like spring out there, and I'm still in my double pants and triple sweaters or double sweaters. Because my goodness, it was so cold just a couple of weeks ago, right? And it's probably coming back, the cold. Typically, we get this idea, oh, spring is here in February. And then in early March, we get another snowfall, etc. I know because my daughter's birthday is on March 10, and very often, sometimes not, sometimes we get the spring weather, but very often we were surprised by a sudden snowfall up here in the Hudson Valley. So, yeah. Of course, now she's all grown up and pursuing her doctorate, and and all the childhood festivities are no longer really relevant. But yeah, she still loves birthdays and celebrations. Oh my goodness, this is so good. I so look forward to eating this after the workout. And then I'll explain to you what's all in there. Okay, I was going to get chocolate before it completely freezes up and put my sneakers back on. Slippery slope. Oh no, I have. Okay, good. On my way, on my way. Oh, I can't wait to be making food for more than just me. I'm looking forward to a partnership and lots of romance. Yeah. 'Cause, yeah, even though I always make things pretty for myself as well, so I will also be putting things, the chocolate mousse, into a nicer container. Just because I think food is an aesthetic experience, and should be honored that way. Of course, that needs to go back in the fridge, but it can't go bad, so it can only melt. Because of its ingredients. So I'm just tying up my sneakers. As you know, I always do need to wear sneakers for my workout because my lame feet. And it's not because I have diabetes and therefore no sensation in my feet. It's because I was born like that, with them toes that don't move, basically. They don't curl. They don't hold on to the floor, and therefore it feels very insecure when I'm barefoot. And for the longest time I always thought, oh well, that's just me not training my feet adequately, until I realized, and with people who have that experience, that oh no, and also thinking back, even in dance school, I was never good at standing and never had good balance on one leg. I always had to really focus and balance hard to stand on one leg, and could never do it for a longer period of time. It was like, okay, effort, stand, and back. So it's almost like trying to fly when you don't have wings. So let me just turn that off. All right, guys, we're gonna get started. Oh, I didn't bring a glass for the water, but that's just too bad. I'm gonna turn the camera up. Get this out of the way. Oh, and my students, 20-page paper. Actually, she did 26 pages. Oh my God, she's supposed to do double space and she did freaking single space. Oh my God. Well, there you go. This is an A+ paper. Amazing. She's getting her certificate on Saturday. Yep. She'll be a certified health coach and will start her business accordingly. Okay, what happened to my glasses? Anyway, this is for later. And no more excuses, no more excuses. We're gonna start this baby again. Okay. Oh, this doesn't tighten, it just turns forever. I am too lazy. Oh, thank God for routines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and swing. And 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6, 7, and 8. I love you, my planet. I love you, my sunshine. Oh, it's beautiful out. The sunshine is just gorgeous. I love you, humanity. And I love you, my body. Okay. Jingles off. And bend your knees, shoulders back, and down is very important. Arms loose, and twist the spine by leading with your eyes. Look and look and look and look as far as you can, and look and look. Oh, I just came past something. Summer is coming and I need to repair my shorts because I love those shorts so much. I just really want to fix them. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. Yada dee 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 down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's do 3 more. 2, 3. Really look. 5, 6, 7, 8. 2 more. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last one, and make it count. 2, 3. Really try to see as far as you can. 6, 7, 8. And slowly, knees, hip, waist, chest, shoulders, neck, eyes. And knees, hip, waist, chest, shoulders, neck, eyes. Woo! Okay, I really do need to take the next layer off. But I also feel like opening a window. Can't do both at the same time, not yet. Ah, ha da da da, ha da da la, ha da da la da da, ooh, 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 la dee, oh. My lower notes definitely are more. And the wave. Down, 2, 3, 4, and up. 6, 7, 8, and down. 2, up, 3, 4, and up. 6, 7, 8, and down. 2, 3, 4, and up. 6, 7, 8, and down. Ba-dee-da-da, and up. 6. When you come up, think of your feet pushing the earth away from you, as opposed to the back coming up. So pushing your feet away. Make sense? Okay. Let's do double. Down, 2, and up, 2, down, 2, and up, 2. I'm losing my balance today. And up, 2, and down, 2, and up, 2. Down and bounce. And bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out. 2, 3. If you can. 6, 7. To the left just a little bit. 5, 7. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And front. Last one. 2, 5, 6, 7. Curl up. Push the ground away. Ah, ah, hair standing up all over the place. Ah. Oh, because I just went running. I was just thinking, why am I so out of breath already? I already did a run. Ah. Okay, the window is going open now. Yeah, it looks and smells like spring outside. It's amazing. It's only just not even mid-February. Well, it is, considering that we have 28 days and not 30. Okay, let's do a couple of full squats. Now, yesterday I was half squatting a lot because I was getting water, and you have to like hold the gallon bottles under the where the spring comes out of the spout that's kind of put into the rock. For people to access, so you don't have to shove it from the ground, but you know, it comes out of the rock face. Beautiful water. Anyway, that's what I was doing yesterday, like about 30 some gallons, you know, and you always have to like, okay, one in the right and one in the left. It's a lot of squatting and half squatting and arms too, but we're still going to do weights today again. So like I said, regular routine, and probably only 20 big squats. I don't have any ambition today, so maybe by tomorrow. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down. And up, and down, and up, and down. Hi, Siren. And up, and down, and up. Stretching a little bit. Okay, this time when we're coming up, we're going to straighten the legs fully so that there's coming up and popping the knees into full straightness. Let me do them sideways so you can see. Man, this girl can't even stand straight without falling over. Okay. And down. And up. Tighten. And down. And up. Tighten. And down. And up. Tighten. Haha. That was a short one. So I keep falling over. These pads are there's too much spandex in them, you know, they're just really tight and stretchy. But if they're not, then they get like the knees and everything buckling, which I don't really care about, but the looks of it, baby. Oh, I want to do laundry. I'd much rather do all that housework than than promoting my company and myself. But gotta do what you gotta do. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and down and up and down and up and down. I forgot the tightening. And up, tighten, yeah, and down and up. So we're at 12. La, 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 la. I already did my running, so I don't need to do more of that. Stand the frick. Stay straight. Ears popping. I have to get a glass because next is the big bottle and I ain't lifting that. Okay, we're just gonna go to 20 now and be done. Yeah, 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 yeah. Who's giving me an opportunity to be distracted? What did I do with my glasses? Now even the foldy ones are gone. Gee whiz. I'm good at losing my glasses. Here we go. Huh. The ill mind? Oh, what's so ill about your mind? I'm here to help people get out of illness. So if you need to get out of your ill mind, talk to me. Yeah, the squat is good, but I need to get up without touching the floor. That's my goal. And I don't seem to be getting there, but yeah. Working at it. Thank you. Are you joining me? Do the workout. Get out of your ill mind into the super healthy body. Pa, 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 pa. All right. Ciao, ciao. Okay, we need to do 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and down, and up, and down, and up, yeah, 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 and down, and up, and down, and up. Ha! 4 more. I'm trying to get as little push as possible. Woo! Shake it, baby, shake it. Fake it till you make it. That's what I'm doing with this pushing business. And down. And up. And down. And then I'm pushing myself out of balance. And up. Ba, 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 ba. And down. And up. Yeah. And last one, 20. And up. Okay, chair. And belly exercises. Okay. Sit at the very, very edge. And find your balance. And we're just going to kick. We're holding on for balance. Kick the lower legs in. Kick. Point. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heels. 1, 2, 3, 4. The lower you go with your torso, the harder it is. Turn a little left. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Other side. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because we want to get this belly to be really strong. And of course the thighs are involved in this exercise too. And we're going to relax by moving forward, chin up as far as you can, and then collapse. And take deep breaths. Oh, I'm getting the fresh air through the open window. And curl back up. When we're in those relaxed positions, we always make sure that we breathe extra deeply and push the air into the sides like a sideways expansion of the lungs. Okay. Oh. Get up. Walk around, and other side. And now we do both legs together. For those who are new, it is easier to be higher than to be lower. So just for you to know, if it looks like it's high, it's hard or higher, it actually is the opposite, because the lower you go with your torso and legs, the more you have to hold the weight of the legs and of the torso with your belly muscles. Make sense? Ready? Go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Heels. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Tilt. Only 4, 2, 3. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4 more. Center. And 1, 2, 3, 4. This time we're not going to relax all the way, but we're just going to stretch, shoulders down. And the important part is to stretch the shoulders. The neck should never be strained, just loosely looking. There we go, but pull the shoulder back. Other side. Pull the shoulder back and down. Good. We take another little walk. I'm laughing because it feels like our cat is always demonstrating how one could just lay around and groom oneself, you know. She's always like, why are you making such an effort? Look at me. I can just laze around. Mind you, she does run up trees and gallop against the 2-acre backyard and stuff like that, you know? So, and goes and visits the neighbors. They all know her. And catches mostly chipmunks, actually, and birds, unfortunately. But yeah, that's her. And she, I mean, we make sure she actually eats them. You know, wasteful killing is not our thing. Okay. The last one of this chair exercise program is either a kickaroo or belly crunches. And today I'm feeling like doing a kickaroo, which means we're kicking as long as we can, tilting and while making crazy noises and laughing and stuff, because that actually extends our stamina. It's an interesting exercise and experience when you realize that sound enhances your muscle power. Crazy, right? All right, let's do it. And I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. So the breaking point is when the tendons in your groin start acting up, start actually feeling pain, stress. That's when you stop. So it doesn't really have to do with your belly. Your belly can do a lot more, but the tendons here in your groin that are holding onto the angle of the legs, they're the ones that are going to give in eventually. But did you see how much longer I could go than previously? That's what happens. Now, of course, if I'd walk around for a while, I could do another round, but that's not the point. We don't want to get to muscle fever again. So, good job. We're going to not do the airplane. Sometimes I do the airplane on the plane, you know, on the chair. On the plane. Can't do it on the plane. There's not enough space. On the airplanes, I poke up my legs straight up and shake them out and, you know, turn the feet so that the circulation goes back from the extremities. Back to that little ticker here. Tap, tap, tap. colleague of mine focuses, she's in London, focuses on EMF, you know, tapping for trauma release and stuff. So I should have her on one of these days. Yeah. When I get my okay, the ill mind. You already did your workout? What kind of workout do you do? Describe. Be a little elaborate. I want to know. Okay. All right, I'm going to go straight to weights. I'm not going to do very long today. And I'm going to do 8-pounders. 3 plus 5 makes 8. And just the regular routine, nothing special. And back and front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the side. This is the hardest for me. 1, 2. Relax that face. 5. 8. Ceiling. And 1. Make sure your hips are forward. 4. Relax that face. 6, 7, elbows together. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. My muscles are not quite ready, but we're doing it anyway. Let's see how it feels tomorrow. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But yeah, I had the muscle fever because I didn't just double up on the weight routine. My ears popping. Okay, it's better. To the front, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But I also did 100 push-ups from the bench. So that was just a little much. And diagonal. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Nice definition, Johanna. 8. Yeah. I don't know whether you can see it. I see it in the mirror. And back and front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more time. Yes, I can. Focus though. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Enough for today. Tomorrow I might do double, but with just 5s. Okay, so we're going to do a round of half squats. Maybe just 50. Mamma mia. If anybody stood outside and heard my yellings, etc., I wonder what they think. My neighbors are probably used to it. Ready? Go. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to the side, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah! Eating my hair. 7. Other side, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and center. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. She eat. Okay. Just as while we're finishing, and 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. Swing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8. I love you, my planet. I love you, my sunshine. I love you, humanity. Yeah, even all you knuckleheads who think you need to run the world. You're just such poor prisoners of your own power mongering. That's what it is. I'm going to write that down. I forgot I love you, my body, because you allow me to have all these experiences and this thinking that I love so much. All right, let me close the window and get back to business. Okay. Whew. Okay. What do I need here? This and this. And I don't think I'm going to put double pants back on because even outside it is so mild. It's nice. Why am I putting these back on? Just because of my poor tissue. Oh, I got to block out the sun a little bit, sorry. Weird. Now I'm going to go all weird orangey in the face and body, but better than being bleached out, I guess. How do I get this over my hair thing? Probably not. Why does it always work putting things on and off? I mean, and never putting things back on. Okay. I could just leave the hair in there, but it's too sweaty. in the back of my neck. So my baby hair. Okay, tilt it and beads back on. Love my beads. Okay, it wouldn't be me if I didn't wear beads, right? It's just so much my brand or something. That's me. Let's find some glasses. Shall we try the blue ones? The blue ones are a little too big. I mean, they're too strong for me, I think. Yeah, it's just like, ugh. Forget it. These ones are better. Yeah, 150 is really enough for me. Okay, so I'll have black ones. All right, guys. Oops, I'm yelling right into the microphone. That's not such a good idea. Okay. Sarcasm Charlie is back. Salutations to you too. Exercise program completamente. Indeed you are. That is so nice to see you. So we're talking about this stuff right now. What the hell are you eating there? Well, on top, what you can see is, of course, avocado and cilantro. And then you see little pieces of garlic, because I'm the garlic lady, guys. I just can't help but eat garlic. And there's a little bit of oil and soy sauce also over all of this. And in this mash, I have to eat some before I tell you. Oh my goodness. This is the ultimate luxury food. And there's also some black pepper and cayenne on top. And in the mix, okay, I'm learning the abbreviation. I'm gonna be right back, right? That's what that means. Sarcasm Charlie. Yeah. So and of course I have chocolate mousse for dessert. And I don't have enough water. I do, but it's in that big bottle. So what's in my mashed potatoes here? Actually, no potatoes. But started out with parsnip. You know what that is? That white root that's like a huge big carrot. This one was a really big one. I mean, it comes in all sizes, but this one was a really big parsnip. So started out with parsnip, and why it has this color is because it also has, the next item is red cabbage. So parsnip, red cabbage, walnuts, cashew nuts, and then zucchini, half a pear, I'm sure I'm forgetting something important. And then the spices that are in the mash are mustard, ginger, fresh ginger, Celtic sea salt, cumin, paprika, a little cayenne, and a little bit of liquid smoke. And as if that's not enough, right? Lemon juice and a piece of onion. I should really write this one down. It's really, really good. I mean, I make all kinds of these mixtures. Also with cauliflower and celeriac, also called celery root, which I learned how to eat raw, ironically, in Romania. We're going to talk about Romania and Turkey a little later in the humanities section. But when I was teaching in Romania, teaching teachers how to teach language, and also then teaching language to kids, demonstrating, I learned to eat grated celery root or celeriac, same thing. It's really a different kind of celery from the celery where we eat the stalks and leaves, because that one has a bigger bulb at the bottom, and the leaves of it are much more tangy, like Marmite. If you've ever eaten real English Marmite, you know, that's the kind of flavor that the leaves have of the celeriac root. Oh, I need more lemon juice over here, and olive oil. Let me see if I can find some on the other side. And what's great is the I put some tamari sauce on top as well, and for extra saltiness. Normally I would also put orange juice on top, orange juice, tamari sauce, and a little extra virgin olive oil. Everything I eat is organic, so every ingredient in here is totally organic, because it doesn't make any sense to eat stuff with chemicals that we're trying to clear out of our body to be healthy as we age, especially. So yeah. And of course, the whole notion that we need chemicals to grow enough food for the world is complete baloney. Especially when considering that we're using the vast majority of growing surfaces of arable land. Arable land means land on which you can grow food. We use the vast majority, over 80%, for growing food for animals, for meat production, hello people, and for dairy production. So if we would even use just half of that land to grow plants, everybody would be like stocking up on food like crazy, because it's much more than the world could possibly consume. And of course, we also are a incredibly wasteful culture, and we literally waste 40% of human food. So there you have it. So all this nonsense about farmers need to put all this extra fertilizer, nitrogen, chemicals into the ground to grow enough food to feed the world is bullshit. No, I was not freezing. Yeah, I did that on purpose. Your turn, Charlie. What are you eating today? So, I've said my piece about the bullshit of needing to use chemicals to grow food for the world. Some cheese, some bread, some ham. Okay, I just told you why that is not a good idea to eat. And had a couple of coffees. Well, you can do that for a while, but if you want to get old and stay fit, I told you I'm turning 70 this year, right? 70, not 17. 70. So then you need to start putting food into your mouth that the human body actually can use and that is not harming your organs. All those things that you're describing, everything in there, even if it were all organic, is damaging to your body. Didn't you say you were 30? That's still a baby. I mean, it means you can still fix the harm you're doing right now. But it still is going to be a fixing issue once you get older. You said no such thing, so you're not 30? It must have been somebody else. My apologies. Such is life, and we pay the price. Well, I would much rather be running up and down hills and, and jumping out of bed without a pain in my body. So if that's what you prefer to, oh my God, then you got to start taking care of your body. Okay, enough of this. I'm going to have to do some experiment here, pouring something into here so I can drink some. Oh no, I can pour it into that. Yeah, like I said, I went to get water from the spring yesterday that we get our water from, our drinking water. Yeah. Slowly, Johanna. There we go, that should suffice. Now we got some good water all over our body. Nice and fresh. Cheers. Yeah, I go to the spring, and I think we can find those springs everywhere in the world. There's a couple of websites that will tell you where in your neighborhood or in your region there is a publicly accessible spring that allows you to pick up water. And where we pick up water, that is about 20 minutes drive from my house. And we go with like, or I go with like 30, 40 gallon bottles and get water. Indeed, you are not. Indeed, you are not 30 and you are not 17. So what are you? How old are you? Full disclosure. It's always good. So if you do want to learn how to self-heal and how to live a super healthy life on relatively little money, you don't need to be super rich to live on this healthy stuff that I just showed you. Those are not things that cost exorbitantly much money. And that's what I teach. I teach people how to get into a healthy lifestyle that is fun and that is shareable. This kind of stuff is so delicious. You can take it to your family, you can feed it to your partner, and they will like it. This may take a little bit more courage to try, but then again, no, not really. Think of it as a pate type of thing, or like I said, a spicy mashed potato. And you don't have to make it spicy. I just like spicy. And then you can take it from there and grow your additional stuff, such as sprouts, in your kitchen or on your windowsill. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about in the food section today, how to make these mixes that, what else is in here, of course, is sprouted millet for extra selenium and extra power. Millet is one of the highest nutrient dense foods in the world, on the planet. It's incredibly good, and it grows everywhere in all kinds of climates, but it has been pushed out by rice, because in Asian countries they were growing rice already thousands of years ago, and then that became the fashionable thing to eat in European countries, and of course from there it went into all the colonial countries as well, and rice became the thing where it used to be millet and millet type of plants, because millet is a grass. I guess rice is too, and wheat is too. So in Europe it became wheat and rice, and in many countries, including all of northern Africa, it became rice and cassava, right? The root. And in southern Africa it became rice and corn, especially white corn, and in Zimbabwe that is called sadza when it is cooked into a thick mush. So sadza has, I'm sure, lots of different names, and especially in the mid to southern African continent that has taken over. But of course it was imported from the Americas, because corn was a typical Native American crop that many North American cultures and societies have grown for thousands of years. There were 65 varieties of corn just in the northern continent when the colonizers arrived, and now we have like just a few, right? And then we have the genetically modified corn. Now you can't even eat regular corn anymore unless you really check that it is not genetically modified and heavily Roundup sprayed. So it's sad how highly nutritious crops get so, perverted, really, so maligned that they become really detrimental crops. And then of course we have corn syrup and all these derivatives from corn that are highly toxic to the human body, really. So how am I supposed to take a guess, Charlie? I have nothing to go by. I have no image. You see my image. You know that, my wrinkles are real. I don't know. You could be 22. You could be 82. I don't know. Or anything in between. So, yeah. I read your chats, but they don't reveal anything other than you eat cheese and ham on bread. I mean, everybody all over Europe and the Northern American continent does that. So that's just a, what do you call that? An alias or a an animated or not animated. Um, what is it called when you create an image for yourself as a character, as a cartoon character, kind of? There's a word for it. I forget. Not really avatar. It's a different word. But Frank Sinatra and Billie Holiday. Yeah. So you're probably in your 60s. Yeah, 50s, 60s. Yeah, Billie Holiday or my age, going there. Not close. Well, I mean, there's some young people who are discovering Frank Sinatra and Billie Holiday and think they're the coolest. I like them all. I don't believe that. You're the coolest. And discovering the oldies. Charlie Parker and the Lake. That would be really funny. That's pretty cool. So, well, how did you come across them? Did your parents listen to them? So Charlie is saying, just for you guys on YouTube who are not seeing these chats, um, Charlie is saying, I'm actually turning 18 this year, and I am the coolest. I'm not discovering them really. I've been listening to them for a few years now. And so your parents have not been listening to them. You just had curiosity. And you began with Ella Fitzgerald and went from there. Yeah, that's all really, really good stuff. I had to discover them too because my parents weren't listening to any recordings. In my Waldorf upbringing, it was all live music. But, then I did listen to a lot of live music, all classical for the most part. So, yeah. But then it was jazz all across, um, and then of course I discovered African music because I married an African and lived in Zimbabwe for 4 years and learned, those beats and dancing and so forth. So you've even been fancying some opera of late. That is cool too. Well, when I was 14, I wanted to become an opera singer, and I was practicing all these arias. And and my godfather was a pianist and composer and so forth, so he would practice some of Mozart arias with me. And I can still sing along when somebody else is singing them, but I don't have them memorized anymore like I had then. Cool. So you got a broad spectrum musical exposure as well. That is very cool. Yeah, I always say I love all music, all genres, just the good parts of all genres, So my son shows me a lot of rap music that I really love, Lil Wayne and other stuff that, I can't remember the artists and or the song titles, but he shows me stuff and it's good stuff. And great lyrics um, and as you can see, I still have my grand piano back there, and I play some Bach, and then I improvise. But my improvisation is not very jazzy because I've never really learned that, even though I wanted to. But yeah, traditional Portuguese music, like folk stuff. Yes, you did tell me you're from Portugal because I was happy to add you to the myriad of countries where people tune in from. Now, today we had the ill mind, and I was wondering where he or she is from, who said they already worked out. But then we have Iceland, we have Finland, and European countries, and that has to do because are they're off from work or out of school, at 7 o'clock in the evening when it's 1 o'clock here in New York. So that's why it seems I have more European followers and people peeking in than um, than Americans, because it's a kind of an odd time. And I don't really know why I chose it, but I did because it just forces me to do my workout and to do my program every day, Monday through Thursday. And it's daylight and it's content that I can use, etc. And to me it's also more interesting to have conversations like this one with people from different parts of the world. Yeah, I've done that sometimes in the middle of working out, but again, I have not uploaded those things to YouTube. Yeah, it's interesting because I'm so productive. I don't have much time to listen to music. For some reason, it has been like that for the last 20 years or something. And my kids are the same ever since we've had these things, that where everything is happening. And because I'm so endlessly curious of what's happening in the world and who is thinking and expressing what about what's happening in the world, I'm always listening to people talking and reasoning and philosophizing about what's going on in the world, whether it's the Ukraine war and the whole World Economic Forum debacle and the financial crash, and there's just so much, and the racism going on in the world because I have a non-white family. And so there's just so much I'm always following and responding to, also that I have almost zero time to just listen to music. And I look forward to actually living with a partner again. I'm planning on living with a new partner again. Not that new, but yeah. And he's a drummer, and but also has a corporate job right now. And he listens to a mix of classical, like Rachmaninoff and stuff, and to jazz. Yeah, it's almost sad, and I miss live concerts. I do like to go to live concerts. Be they, I can't do rock and roll concerts because it's just too loud. My ears cannot fucking bear it. It's sad, you know. I mean, not even stuff like, oh yeah, the last time I tried to go to a live concert with the father of my kids, now 20 some years ago, um, was Depeche Mode, and I loved their music as it comes across the radio. But in this live concert, it was completely unbearable. The loudness of it, I just had to leave. I couldn't. So, yeah, yeah. And but what I do like is go to classical concerts of live music. And I did go to a lot of concerts because my kids played. My son played violin. My daughter plays cello. Played in orchestras, semi-professional orchestras in the various areas throughout their schooling. You know, from when they were very young to when they went off to college and university, and then they stopped. It's just sad, but you know, they keep saying, okay, once we have kids by ourselves, then we're going to pick up the instruments again. Yeah, because that was always live performances, and I love that. I mean, I kind of don't like it when people play off key, but these days I've become a little bit more tolerant. My brain has figured out a way how to just adjust it in my hearing process. I hear it's off, but then I just hear it how it should be. Yeah, that is always the situation. And of course, we've had hardly any live anything for the last 3 years, you know, with this ridiculous thing going on called a plan demonium, as I call it. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know, when you go to classical concerts, um, often, yeah, you buy your tickets way in advance because they're bigger events. Um, I think the last time I went to a live concert was actually in the park in Saratoga Springs, up the Hudson Valley, and it was Yo-Yo Ma and a famous conductor. I forget because my daughter plays cello, so you know she wanted to see Yo-Yo Ma live, and that was very pleasant and quite good. Yeah. All right, guys. Good. This ends the food part, even though I'm still going to dig into my chocolate a little bit. Mind you, I'm so full. The great thing about these mixes is that they have everything you could ever want in a meal in them. So this has cruciferous greens, right, or purples in this case, because the cruciferous part is um, the red cabbage, right, which is actually purple. It's never really red. So the red cabbage. Then we have roots for potassium and magnesium, etc. And then we have fruit for some extra vitamins. Then we have nuts for essential fatty acids, especially the walnuts. This is walnuts and cashews I in here. Then we have the millet for extra selenium, like I said, again, lots of calcium. And of course, all of these plants have plenty of protein, you know, so the whole worry about protein is, of course, a complete misunderstanding of what proteins are. The whole last 100 years where we've had this protein craze. We must have protein. Oh! Guess where the elephant gets its protein? From plants, because all proteins are actually made by plants. The full amino acid chain is made by plants, and animal flesh can only provide kind of second grade proteins. So yeah, and then there's lots of vitamin C and A and E in there, all in one mix. Magnesium in a lot of the roots as well. So what else do you want? It's everything that the body needs is in a mix like that. And now we add to that the sugar part, if you will, because this is made of raisins, dates, apricots, dried apricots, and fresh strawberries, and what did I put in here? Fresh strawberries, and did I put blueberries? No, just strawberries and pears today, and and then nuts again, walnuts in this case, and a little coconut oil for the extra healthy saturated fats. That's of course raw, unprocessed coconut oil that solidifies or is solid as you buy it, unless you leave it lying around in above 75 degrees. And raw cacao, which is the highest magnesium food ever tested, so highest in magnesium and highest in antioxidants. You couldn't possibly need more for a full meal. In fact, this meal is enough for a day or two of nutrients that your body needs. So, and giving an aging body all those nutrients, especially when you want to also build muscle tissue, is awesome. And of course, you still need the deep breathing, you still need the good sleep, you still need the workout, all of that. But if it weren't for this and the potato mush, that is, mashed potatoes without potatoes, I always call it, I wouldn't be able to do all of this, or maybe any of it, because I did not come into this world with a particularly good body. In fact, with a very flawed body. But because I know how to self-heal, self-treat, self-care, I am functioning better than most 30-year-olds. So, and it just feels good, right? Who wants to be running around suffering? Or not even running around, sitting around, overweight and All right. Part 3 of the Rawsome Life Show today is more about the switch over of the monetary system to all digital, and why that is happening, and why that is not a very good idea, but also how we can use this moment to create new systems, maybe parallel to the system that they're trying to implement, so that eventually there can be people loving the better option and stepping out of the old paradigm into the new way of doing things. So that's where I'm at. The third section is called Humanity. And I talk about what's happening globally and those kind of topics. Last week I was talking about AI, and weren't you the one who said you think chipping is a great idea? And my son who is 28, 27 actually. My daughter is 28. Was saying again, people are full of it when they think that AI can actually reason and come to conclusions or make decisions that make sense. Because, like I said, we can only put into an AI what we know, but we can't really put into an AI this consciousness thing, being conscious of being conscious and making decisions on grounds that we don't foresee. And since the AI has to operate on what has been programmed into it, the unforeseeable becomes undoable. That's how the people that did get killed by automatic cars got killed, because the incident was not foreseeable by the AI in the car, and the human was mistaken for something or was not visible, and the reaction therefore was inappropriate, i.e. killing the human instead of avoiding that calamity. So I thought you just had bread and ham and cheese. Now you're going to go get your dinner? That's kind of funny. All right, so what is happening in the financial world? I'm going to make it brief because I don't want to be on here for too long, just 5-10 minutes. The fact that, and I explained it really well in the mastermind that I did yesterday, so anybody who wants to find out more about the breakdown of why the switch is happening to all digital and why monies are taken out of people's accounts and money is shared differently, etc., has to do with the fact that in a capitalist world where any corporation, any entity has to make more money next year all the time. That is always the goal, right? We will get to a point of exhaustion of resources. We can't lower the prices for wage laborers, we can't make products cheaper so that people can afford them. We've already exploited people around the globe to work for next to nothing. And as those things get to a limit, you can't increase the profits any further. So you have created already huge amounts of debt that are impossible to be repaid. So, and that kind of system building up to the level of impossibility and then crashing the system is built into capitalism. It just is. And again, I explain more about that in yesterday's mastermind. Go to my YouTube channel, Johanna's Raw Foods, or just Google Professor Johanna Sophia and you'll find my YouTube channel, I think. And you will find it's Mastermind 3, the vanishing money. So therefore, we're looking at everything being centralized and the siphoning off of money where it still can be had is of the middle income section, because the high income people know how to have trusts and LLCs, etc., and have their assets and their monies stacked away in a way that it cannot be grabbed as it can be from bank accounts, because banks literally have the legal right to take your money. all of it. It's amazing, you know, when you actually look into it. The laws are created in such a manner that you give the bank your money. The bank is borrowing from you, not the other way around. So even when you sign up for a credit card, and I've known that for a couple of decades, you are you're enslaving yourself to the bank. You're literally giving the bank the amount of credit that is on your credit card limit plus 9 times that. So the asset that the bank will put into their ledger, and of course in digital terms that's much easier than actually, but yeah, it's the same thing, than actually writing it into a big ledger. You know, the bank then has in their ledger 9 times the limit of your card that you've been taken out. And that means you have not even used your card. So you are giving the bank your money, which you will then work for in terms of it's your labor or your services that you give to other people or your employment, whatever it is. You're basically enslaving yourself voluntarily to the bank for that amount of money. And that will be called in, especially if you default, etc. And that's also why, of course, we can make deals with banks and get a much lower payment than they claim they have the right to get. But they don't, because they don't really have the right to get those amounts. So the legality of all of it is so crazy. It is really, you should look into it. And most judges, unfortunately, and most lawyers don't even know this because it's not taught, but it's in the law. We can actually find it ourselves these days, you know, thank you, internet, that we can actually find out what the legalities are. So, however, the banks are going to try and siphon off wherever they can from the middle range of income creators, meaning the middle and lower middle and labor class that make reasonably good money. So those monies are going to be siphoned off to at least get some of that fake money that is debt back to the banks, so that they don't collapse entirely. So it's also called bailing out. Not bailing out is taking it from governments, right? But it's called bailing in. Yeah, bailing in. So they're bailing in, meaning inside the bank, they're bailing themselves out by using the customers' monies. And therefore, you may not have access to the few $100 or $1,000 that you have in your bank account suddenly because they're bailing in your money. So I thought that was an interesting bit to learn about, and it is, in my view, time for us to think about new systems. Do we really want to be enslaving ourselves voluntarily to the international banking system? And of course, the banking now expands to not just our money, it expands to all our data, it expands to our health record, it expands to, and I explain that in detail in the mastermind that I'd love you to go and listen to. And how does that connect with our health? That I also go into in the mastermind. And how does it lead to the fact that we become not just the guinea pigs, but actually the producers of income, or the products that our illnesses are used to, again, make money off of us. And therefore we need to stay ill at all times to feed that medical industrial complex. And if you want to step outside of that and live a happy, healthy life, you know, like this one here, then you need to learn how to do that. And it can be done naturally, cheaply, and very fast. You can get healthy very fast. It's amazing how fast I can get you to complete health, even though you may have been maligned and impaired by poor diets and medications and toxic materials in your life. And then you can build a self-empowerment machine, kind of, in your own life that is all natural and what I call earth compatible. And then you can handle the technology better too. That's another thing. We cannot run away from the technology because we have so much EMF everywhere. But what it does when you learn how to self-empower and create a super healthy body, it actually enhances your own EMF production and your EMF field so that you can withstand a lot more of the onslaught that we're all exposed to. So that's what I wanted to emphasize today, and please look up the Mastermind 3, The Vanishing Money, or The Vanishing Money and Health. And yeah, listen to that, explore that further if you so desire. It's an interesting field, and I go into that. This is a great opportunity for us to, like I said, create new systems, and I mentioned a couple of systems that are already in action and where people can participate in doing life and financial life differently. It's really exciting. I mean, the cool thing about this time in history is when everything falls apart, new things can grow and new things can be brought into operation. That's the cool part. All right, now, oh my, Charlie says about the section being about humanity, and okay. Interesting thoughts. Okay, guys, I'm going to leave you with this for today and possibly see you tomorrow. So Maitnell from Switzerland is also back, it seems, or has watched previous recordings. And yeah, I have all my courses up and the masterminds are up on YouTube, but I need to still do most of these shows up on YouTube, and I'm not quite sure how I'm going to structure that. I'm probably going to release them 1 or 2 a week so that there's some kind of logic to what I'm doing here on Twitch. All right, so everybody sign up on Twitch. I'm always talking straight off the top of my head here with a little preparation, of course, and you can interact with me. And if you're watching this on YouTube later, please find the Rawsome Life Show on twitch.tv/Rawsome Life Show, or follow me on Instagram and Facebook mostly under Johanna's Raw Foods, or check out the RawsomeLifeGlobal.com online university. I will, as of March, promote that heavily so that you can sign up for the courses offered there. They're certificate courses. I also am intent on slashing the price by half, by 50%, so that everybody in the world can actually afford to get these certificates and help create the next era on planet Earth. Ciao for now. This has been yours truly, Professor Johanna Sophia of JohannasRawFoods.com and the RawsomeLifeGlobal.com online university, and so much more, so many shows and things that are out there, interviews with me and about me and by me and all that nonsense, speeches. Okay. See ya tomorrow. Ciao.